Welcome back. For years, Harry Dunn protected lawmakers, dignitaries, and everyday Americans as a Capitol Police officer, but he was thrust into the national spotlight after the January 6 attacks. His book, Standing My Ground, A Capitol Police Officer's Fight for Accountability and Good Trouble After January 6th, out in paperback soon. But tonight, we have him here in studio on the Final Five for the very first time. Harry, good to see you, man. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
It's funny because the last time we had you on, you were in the big screen.
Yeah.
And pretty much, I mean, you're a big guy, so it's almost like actual size on the screen.
I get that a lot.
Good to see you again. So first of all, you put this book out a while back. It's coming out in paper book, and I'm curious, just you told the story about your career and what happened on January 6th. Has anything come into focus, anything new come into focus for you from that day?
You know, shortly after, you know, with the January 6 hearings, I know what I went through and me and my coworkers went through, but we didn't know what happened behind the scenes. So with the January 6 hearings, the investigations, the criminal trials, we learned a lot more. And even just today, the unsealing of Jack Smith's brief with the courts, I didn't really learn anything new, but it's all like rehashing it all over again.
You mentioned rehashing it. I mean, does that hurt you? Does it bother you?
I tell you what, when I get that, I've been around the country telling my story, sharing my story, talking about my book, demanding accountability. I think that I'm healed from it, right? But sometimes when we get out there and I talk about it, I find myself, you can feel your pulse going up. It's still moments that make you angry and trigger you. So while I am healed, it's definitely not something that's far in the distant memory.
So you take that, you channel it into something that you think you can make a difference. You ran for Congress. You weren't successful in the 3rd District, but one thing you are doing now, you started Dunn's Democracy Defenders. Talk about that.
Well, you know, I was with the Capitol Police for over 15 years, and when I left, I made the tough decision to leave because I'm always very solutions-oriented. What can I do to fix this problem? And I thought that I did everything I could do as a Capitol Police officer. So I ran for office, you know, try to fix the problem there, because we see what a dysfunction happens in Congress often. Being unsuccessful there, there's still work to do. We can elect good Democrats or people up and down, any party, up and down the ballot, people that believe in democracy. And that's why I started my PAC, to help people up and down the ballot all across the country that believe in fighting for democracy and believe in its principles.
Well, you mentioned the hearings, and you had mostly Democrats, but you'd have Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger. They were Republicans. They are Republicans, but they're not in Congress anymore. And more or less, they were sort of, they didn't, well, Liz Cheney was defeated. Adam Kinzinger didn't run again. People who also wanted to get to the bottom of what happened on January 6th. And look, you know, our colleagues were there. You know, we saw what happened. And it infuriates me when I hear people say things that this was an inside job, and I think that's absolutely a word I can't say. But as we move ahead, I mean, the history books certainly are reflecting what happened on that day.
Yeah, character matters. You know, we can rehash all the policies and, you know, stances on different issues, but we can't be divided about what happened on January 6th. Like you said, people were calling it an inside, whatever. If the definition of an insurrection is a violent uprising against the government, that is, if that wasn't on January 6th, then I don't know what else. We can't disagree on that.
And you know, as a police officer, you were there not just protecting Democratic members of Congress, you were protecting Republicans and everybody in between.
Well, that's the thing that people don't, I mean, realize, it was 13 years before January 6th.
That's right.
Protecting Republicans, independent, people I agree with, people I disagree with, it didn't matter. It mattered about protecting an individual, protecting a seat that the people in their districts sent to Congress to do a job for them.
It came up in last night's Vice Presidential debate. I want to play something that the Harris campaign put out. I want to get your take on it afterwards. Let's take a look.
It's really rich for Democratic leaders to say that Donald Trump is a unique threat to democracy when he peacefully gave over power.
He is still saying he didn't lose the election. I would just ask that. Did he lose the 2020 election?
Tim, I'm focused on the future.
That is a damning non-answer. America, I think you've got a really clear choice of who's going to honor that democracy and who's going to honor Donald Trump.
Look, all he had to say last night was, no, he didn't win. And that's all you had to do. And yet there was a lot of people, a lot of focus groups of people who thought J.D. Vance did a great job last night. Now did Tim Walz, who said that answer was a problem.
Yeah, and you know what? And that right there is one of the reasons why I wish that I wasn't relevant. I wish that I wasn't sitting here talking. I mean, I love you to death, but I wish that I wasn't having this conversation. And the reason I am is because of stuff like that. When you have those moments where he had an opportunity right then to come out and say what happened on January 6th was wrong, blah, blah, blah. But no, he doubles down on it. That's what they continually do. And as long as they continue to do that, I'm going to be out here talking and pushing back and letting people know what really happened that day.
And you are working with the, or you're going to advocate for Vice President Harris.
Absolutely. And not only that, with my PAC, we've already endorsed 11 Senate candidates across the country. Even here in Maryland with Sarah Elford, the person who I lost to in my primary. I'm happy to support her.
And what did you do after that, Harry? You lost and you said, I lost the election. I'm endorsing Sarah.
I lost the election.
Yeah.
How hard is that to say? I lost the election. And you know what? And I'm happy to support the person that did win.
Harry Dunn joining us here on the show. Harry, good to see you, man. Thanks for coming in. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
And the Final Five is back after this.